2008 is over, and it seems like, well, not just 2008, but the last 8 years could well be labeled as the years of black and white choices. It all began with the fact that rather than choosing a president in a democratic manner, flawed though ours is, 5 black-clothed, white-faced, foolish little people selected the head puppet for us. Then, having done the 2 tasks that he was charged with, cutting taxes for the rich and deregulating the government, he pretty much went on vacation until, that big, bad, hard-drawn, black and white line known as before and after 9/11. That brief shining moment when he had a chance to act presidential and instead chose to begin beating the war drums with the seemingly innocuous statement of, "They'll hear from us." Because as a student of the U.S. empire, I saw the tank turrets rising, heard the bombers beginning their takeoff runs, and smelled the blood and cordite and shit of the dead and dying cannon fodder whom Henry Kissinger so famously put it, they are dumb animals. But 5% of our citizens call them family. And the black and white calls from Washington and the corporate media began with, "You are either with us or against us," to the lingering lie of, "He's kept us safe." Well, in that black and white spirit, he failed so miserable at the onset that allowing 9/11 to occur should have gotten him and all them freedom medal failures a one-way third-class ticket through the courts of justice and into the Hall of Shame. But no, the easier choices of black and white and don't bother my petty little, pretty little mind with nuances. Taliban and Al-Qaeda, bad. U.S. military, good. And don't think about the fact that the war machine was already positioned ahead of time to strike fear and terror into an innocent population who'd been suffering for years under the dominion of criminals the CIA not only aided and abetted, but in the case of Al-Qaeda, actually created. Now, I know the empire has been creaking along since pretty much the genocidal inception, each year growing stronger, with even the national song celebrating war. But the lies and propaganda used to be subtle and had a patina of truth on its face. Yet even before the dust settled that September day, the truth was screaming loud and hard to be heard, and yet the empire turned it into a rally call, to the point that even cries for rescue in Sudan, Somalia, Congo, Colombia are not for the rescue of the downtrodden, but for the profits of the multinational corporations that hunger for the resources there. And until we as a whole shift our view out of the black and white spectra of choices, we will not exit the chaos which has gone into overdrive these last few years. "2009 has come upon us, and we have a new chance to do it right. Demand true change. Demolish the warhawks. Don't settle for empire light. Let us look in the mirror for true compassion, for the light we all harbor inside. The time has come to choose from a rainbow with love as our guide. We should seek to encourage each other to greatness, to want for the best for the other, not covet more crap. That's what created this mess. We are sisters and brothers. We all bleed the same. Every child is our child. And we can't pass the blame. Each of us is the answer in a love we all share. And you either express it or admit you don't care. The new year is dawning, and we can take control, making reality bend to our might. Believe in our power as we unify, leaving dark and despair, moving into the light. It's a choice that you make every time you buy, and how others you treat when you meet eye to eye, and how you allow those to act in your name, act when you're not around to witness, because you will either share the blame or the smiles. Now, into the circle 5.